Welcome back to Mentor Pam in the Van, where I'm taking you across the country with me and beyond. Now, today's video is about us packing up this small space filled with lives from two people coming from a home and trying to figure out what it is that we'll be taking. We had put things in the locker, and now these next 2 days or so we are trying to determine what actually will be coming with us. So stay tuned right to the end to see how this is going to turn out, okay? In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click that notification button so you don't miss any surprising videos on what's happening here at my end. Also, down at the end, you'll find a subscription button to subscribe to Daily Mojo, your source of daily empowerment and inspiration to get you through the stickier and hardened and uncomfortable parts of your life. So let's get started. It's been a trying morning. Nerves are frayed, and it's not an easy thing doing this. Moving, packing, trying to fit things in, trying to find things is the biggest dilemma. You buy something, it goes somewhere into some obscure hole, never to be seen again. It's like socks in a dryer. You just can't figure out where these things disappear to. And when you're not looking for it, of course, that's when you find it after you've already went and purchased another set of something. Anyways, the rule of thumb here is to keep a cool head, set those boundaries, say what you need and what you don't need, or else things can get really out of control really fast, because there's a slow burn that happens sometimes, and living in such close quarters with somebody really can easily trigger you if you're not careful. I mean, look how triggered we get when we're living in bigger quarters with somebody or on the job with somebody. So imagine living just basically with having somebody in your face all the time, literally in your face. It's a difficult thing to muster. So just to know that they're feeling that too, to not let things flare up and to just make the necessary adjustments. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go and try and get some work done to fit what we need to fit into this van from the things that we have stored in the locker. Okay, so this is the state of affairs right now. We've just taken out four, I don't know if you can see that down there, four black big containers with the yellow tops. Those are going to go into the garage. We want to put in the big stones first and then start packing other things around them to see what we can actually take. I'm keep being told that it will fit. Ye have little faith apparently, because I can't see it, but we will see what happens in the next day or two. Stay with us, folks. These are the first four going into the garage underneath. So we'll see what happens next. So we're able to get the first four buckets in. As you can see, it's a tight squeeze on either side of the bike. So this is what we call the garage. This is where it's underneath the sleeping area, and all the electrical is here, the inverters, the batteries are back there, the water system is back there, and so forth. So this is we're starting to pile it in. You know how they say in life, put the big stones in first, and then you throw the little pebbles and sand in between. So this is what we're doing, putting the big stones in first, and then the pebbles will come. So it's probably another 2-day job of getting things out of the locker, what we can, and creating this travel adventure. Well, we're having a break from the packing. It's been quite the ordeal to get the first four boxes in, but it's part of the process. So we're at least got the garage part packed up, as I said, and now it's time for a little break. Leftover Chinese food from last night, it's pretty good, and just a little bit of a avocado, cucumber, tomato salad, and just sitting out in a parking lot at a local mall and taking a break under some shady trees. But I wanted to take a moment to have this quick conversation about something. I had one of the subscribers on the last video talk about not being able to live her dream. You know, she watched my video and she said something wonderful about watching such videos because she's living vicariously through what she's seen on the screen. And I thought, I totally get that. I remember not too long ago where I couldn't figure out how I too was going to live my dream. And I'm not just talking about for those that want to do van life. In any dream you have, whether you want to become a photographer or a writer or a traveler or whatever your vision is for your life. And what made her statement even more poignant was that she was about to be 60, and as I am. And we do get that feeling when we hit our 40s and 50s. Is this as good as it's going to get? And how am I ever going to live into my dream? How come I'm the only one not getting what I want? That's how it seems when you're on the other side of your accomplishments or goals. It feels like everybody else is getting to do what they want to do except you. Now, just to let you know, the journey to here, the journey to the parking lot as we try to get rid of the gray water, not so glamorous, all right? That's the realities of van life. You got to take care of these little household details. But in the grander scheme of things, I'm now on my own time, creating and designing my time, basically my days as I go. I don't have a boss. I'm now my boss full time. I have been for a while, but even more so now because I don't have a traditional house structure over my head. But I just want you to focus on the aspect of what you want, not what you're missing. Focus on what you want. Some of you might be thinking, oh, I'm not getting my dream, but are you? Are you even working on the dream, or are you just feeling bad about yourself because you see somebody else living how you might want to live? The first thing to do is to write down the dream. What is it that you want? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to see? Who do you want to become? Who do you want to meet? All of that. Write down the dream and in as much detail and vividness as you can possibly muster. No use going on about something and you have no idea what it is that you want. Now, writing it down doesn't mean that you have to specifically take action right away, but it's a good idea. But at least get it down on paper somewhere. Don't just keep it in your head. It gets lost. Other stuff gets piled on top of it. You lose it. You might remember it a week or a month or a year later. That's not how dreams are created. It has to be constantly in front of you, like a guiding star, like a North Star, if you will. So first step, write it down. Step number 2, start making what I call evil plans. Evil plans on how to pull this dream into reality. Now, I don't mean, when I say evil, I don't mean bad. When I say evil, I mean to step away from conformity. Everybody's living in default mode. Everybody is living in conformity. Most people are just going into their everyday life good enough. So mediocrity has become their thing, their banner. So when I say evil plans, it's stepping outside the comfort zone, stepping outside what's normal, stepping away from how everybody else is doing life. Right? I've stepped away from what everybody I know is doing. Everybody in my circle is doing. I've stepped away from the 9 to 5. I stepped away from having a key to a house somewhere or an apartment or a condo. I've stepped away from a lot of things that everybody else is doing. And just in a bit, I'll be on a call with a client. Yes, a coaching client. So my business continues, but I don't have to be in any particular spot to do it. That's the beauty of it. So don't get stuck in traditional thinking. And that's a problem for most people. They see what they can't do, and that's where they spend all of their energy and their time and creative power. Everything that you say and everything that you think contributes to the manifestation of what you're experiencing. So if what you're experiencing isn't what you want, you're probably spending too much time feeding the energy. Feed the energy of what you want. Nothing will change for a while. You'll all feels the same and looks the same, and you'll think, oh, what's this Pamela talking about? Keep it up. Don't give up. And then all of a sudden, little by little, things will start to change. Things will start to pop into your awareness. Things will seem like a coincidence to you. No, it's all of a sudden the goal is starting to materialize, but you have to keep going. It's like one of those hand pumps where you pump away, and there's nothing, and then all of a sudden a little splat of water comes out of it. That splat of water is the most incredible sight and sound you'll ever hear, because what does it mean? It means there's water down there. So you pump even more, and then all of a sudden the trickle starts, and then all of a sudden the steady stream starts to pour out. And it's not that you stop pumping, you don't have to pump as hard for the water to come gushing out. And that's the point. You have to start making and taking efforts towards the dream. And at first, just like that pumping action, it's going to take some energy and some action. just like a rocket ship leaving the atmosphere of Earth. It takes a lot of thrust to get off the ground and out of the atmospheres that keep that rocket ship heavy, the different gravities, until it breaks loose. The engines start falling off, and off it goes. Same with you. What are the things holding you down? First of all, it's this up here, the mindset. That is your biggest enemy. You are your biggest enemies. You're going to say, oh no, Pam, I'm not making enough money. I'm not doing this. I'm not. Everybody has those same things on them, not just you. All right. So it's about how you change what is coming up here and comes out of your mouth and comes out of your actions is what creates your life. All right. If I told you my origin story, you'd faint. So the mere fact that I'm doing this, I've come a long way, baby. So this is all I wanted to talk to you about. It's not about becoming a van lifer. It's about how do you manifest your dream. We start here, write the vision. No use having a conversation about anything else unless you are prepared to gather the vision and then write it down. Write it down, write it down, write it down. So the inside's getting packed up, as you can see, right behind the passenger side of things. We've got boxes piled up there, practically to the top. And we are now building the configuration inside, and it's going to be a lot of climbing over things, but we have to do what we have to do to take what we want to take and need to take, and we'll get there. We'll do it. You know, sometimes you got to sacrifice a little something to get what you need done. So we are still just diligently working away at access issues, at trying to figure out where everything needs to go so we can have as smooth a trip across the country as we possibly can. And like I said, it's an engineering feat. So stay tuned. So do you think we'll make it? And we're still not finished bringing stuff in.